Hey everybody, Chewy891 here, coming at you with my first episode on YouTube of my sports podcast, where I'll be talking about sports in general. I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I do love the Milwaukee Bucks, and I do love the Green Bay Packers. The Brewers are an acquired taste when it comes to baseball. I really don't have a team when it comes to baseball, but right now my two loves are the Green Bay Packers and the Milwaukee Bucks. And let me tell you guys, I am super excited today. Giannis Antetokounmpo signs a supermax, and it's awesome. I've had my doubts over the past couple of months, and I've had a lot of doubts about it because I've seen this story play out way too many times in the NBA. Young, up-and-coming superstar playing in a mid-market team. Can't get it done, can't win over there. They can't give him the assets. Nobody wants to play there. Yada, 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 yada. And said player goes to another market, forms another team, and then they win a championship, right? I mean, the evidence is right now LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis. 3 high-profile stars, superstars, that gave, their best in that situation. And then all of a sudden there's an opportunity to sign a huge contract, and then next thing you know, they up and leave. And form a team and then just win a championship. It happens. And this was shaping up to be like that. Honestly, I've been seeing this trend, and all of a sudden this year it was lining up. Giannis, this year, let's go over the past 2 years. I mean, the year before, the Bucks were the number 1 team in the NBA. Had one of the best defenses, one of the best offenses in the league. They're rolling. They get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They run into Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors, go up 2 games and lose the next 4. Bucks were failed to make the adjustments. It was a lot of things going on in that series. Kawhi Leonard gave him the business, and Toronto Raptors gave him the business, and then they went on to win the championship. It sucks because seeing how things went that year, the Bucks probably win a championship that year. Maybe. I mean, who knows? We don't know, right? But seeing how it played out, and if it plays out similarly, yeah, the Bucks probably win a championship next year. I mean, that year. And then this year. So, that's disappointment number 1, right? Everybody's disappointed. Everybody's like, Giannis can't get it done. He can't shoot. Bad free throw shooter, all this stuff, which is, by the way, true. He's not a good free throw shooter. He's not a good, he does not have a really good jump shot. Those are 2 aspects of his game that need to evolve. Otherwise, if they don't, he's going to run into the same problems anywhere he goes. And that was my argument to other people when it comes to Giannis league. But anyway. So this year, Bucks are rolling again. Before COVID happened, we had a stretch of games where the Bucks just did not play well. Giannis was hurt. COVID happened, right? And, we didn't get basketball for about 4 or 5 months. We get to the bubble. And I started seeing the same issues the Bucks were having during that stretch, during that week in the bubble. Playing bad defense, just getting outcoached, basically. And you start off the playoffs, they lose a game to Orlando, which is really stupid, and then they go on to win the next 4. They clean up. They should have swept in that series. Then they run into their worst matchup ever, which is the Miami Heat, which is a team that plays really good defense. They move the ball very, very well, and they have a coach in Eric Spoelstra that makes really good adjustments, who's been in the playoffs before. He's won championships. He understands how to win in these situations, okay? Eric Spoelstra is, I don't know if he's rated or whatever. If he is not rated, he's very underrated as a coach. One of the best coaches in basketball, period, okay? And I remember those people in Miami that wanted him gone, and I was like, no, you got to keep Eric Spoelstra there. Pat Riley's not going to fix your problems. You have LeBron and Dwayne Wade. Eric Spoelstra, have him figure it out. If he's a good coach, he'll figure it out. And he did. They went to 4 straight championships. Granted, they had LeBron and D-Wade, but you know what? He was able to manage those egos, those talents. Championships. That's all that matters. So then the Bucks run into that team. I'm talking about to Eric Spoelstra-led Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler and those guys. Who, by the way, I did say I wanted to sign Jimmy Butler over Chris Middleton. We had an opportunity to. I saw the trade that Philly made for him. The Bucks could have easily made that deal. Brought in Jimmy Butler, extended him. And I would have loved the combination with Jimmy and... I'm sorry. Oh, my God. And Jimmy and Giannis. But anyway, that didn't happen. So now we're playing against this Miami Heat team who has beaten us 4 times. I mean, I think they beat us like 3 or 4 times this year. I mean, they just had our number. They just had the Bucks number. I mean, they just understood how to beat them. They understood. They played great defense, ball movement, etc. They got those snipers. They just understood how to beat this team. And they beat us in 5, right? And you're sitting here, man, and you're like, here we go. You know, here we go with a disappointment, second round exit. And, you know, Giannis is in a contract year, and the wheels start spinning. You're like, oh, man, is Giannis going to end up leaving because of this? You know? And the people that say they didn't think about it or, like, they weren't concerned, stop it. Yes, you were. Granted, it's not... I'm not saying this was, like, your number one thing on your mind, right? But I'm saying if you like basketball, you like the Bucks, this was definitely on your mind, okay? It was a possibility. So all that went into my head, right? And who has the ability to sign 2 max contracts? Obviously, it's Pat Riley, because he understands the contract situations, and that's what he did. He set himself up to sign 2 max deals next year. Also, Giannis and Bam Adebayo have the same agent. So you're thinking, is there a possible team up here? It's a possibility. You know? And, you know, we go into this year, you know, and now, you know, the Bucks, they went all in for Drew Holiday. I still think they should have waited because I think Harden would have became available if they would have just not have made that move just yet. But not a bad one. They did it. They did what they had to do. They gave up 3 first-round picks and a couple of players. Basically, that's what New Orleans gave up for. LA gave up for. LA gave up for Anthony Davis. So it's highly possible they could, if they would have waited a bit, held on. Right now, this whole James Harden situation, you could probably make a move for a James Harden and bring him here to Milwaukee, and then you're looking at a really good fucking team with Giannis, James Harden, and Drew Hall or Chris Middleton at that, or whatever deal would have worked out there, right? It could have been Chris Middleton, James Harden, Giannis, and you're telling me that team doesn't win the fucking East? And don't give me the whole crap of Giannis and Harden don't like each other. Yeah, sure, they might not like each other, but let me tell you something. You know, 2 players didn't like each other? Kobe and Shaq. They won 3 rings. Okay, talent is talent. That will always prevail, and they will figure out their issues by winning and figuring it out together. Otherwise, they're going to be a huge disappointment. They don't want that to happen. Okay, so please spare me the nonsense. Okay, I don't want to hear it. So, anyways, they could have done that. But anyway, so now this year, you do that. You get Drew Holiday. And there's a report on how bad they did with a few contracts like Connaughton and all this stuff. Bogdanovich, I don't know what happened there. Excuse me, by the way. Bogdanovich, I don't know what happened there. I don't get it. I can't process it. But they didn't get Bogdanovich, which sucks, because if they would have got Bogdanovich this year, they would have, man, the team would have been very, very strong. I mean, really, really strong team, you know. But it didn't happen. Right? So, and now we're starting to see some bad stuff, some bad moves, a little here and there. And now, you know, the contract is there. He has till 21st to sign. Today is December 15th. There was 6 days to go to sign this contract. Right. You know, to the day that, you know, they offered it or whatever. And today I'm just sitting here thinking, I mean, the past couple of days we're like, damn, man. And now we're starting to see reports of, I saw this stupid little report on Giannis' barber, like saying, hey, man, thanks for being here. Whatever the case may be, I don't know. So, you know, you start to see all this stuff. Miami Heat fans are putting, you know, thoughts into my head, and, you know, all this stuff. I got some Heat fans that were trolling me. And they were doing good, and they were convincing, and I was believing it. I was thinking Pat Riley's going to pull this off again. And right before I go to the gym, I take my lunch break. I'm on my way to the gym. And I hear the wonderful news on the radio. Giannis Antetokounmpo signs the supermax. And nobody's happier than me. For once in my lifetime, Wisconsin, the Bucks, retained a high-profile talent, superstar player in Giannis. Nobody thought that was possible. Okay? Now, going forward, does that mean other superstars come here to join us to maybe turn this into a dynasty? I don't know. I hope so. I hope this is a sign of things to come. Because I want this city to win a championship. I want, with this caliber player, we should be able to build a dynasty. We should be able to win multiple championships. But we got to put it together. We got to have an organization willing to do everything that they need to do in their power to give us great teams with Giannis. It's a two-way street. The organization's got to do their part, put pieces together, put the right people in right places. Giannis just has to be Giannis and better and do his part and succeed. You know, and as long as we do that, Milwaukee has a really bright future, man. And I love this, man. I'm really happy today, man. The city deserves it. We've been through a hell of a whole lot this year. Everybody's been through a hell of a whole lot this year. I just want to hear. Granted, this is all like, the people out there, we really care about this stuff. Dude, I don't care. I enjoy it. It's made me happy. Okay? I'm trying to enjoy as many things as possible in life right now. Rather, you might think it's stupid or small. I don't care. I don't care. It makes me happy. That's all that matters. Okay? So don't get all upset. You know, there's people out there that are like that. But whatever. Either way. Giannis signs with the Bucks. Man, season kicks off next week. I'm excited. I am excited. And like I said, I don't think this is the last move they're going to make. James Harden is still out there. I don't know if they can pull off a deal with it for him. I don't know if they have enough pieces or the right whatever. You know, people will figure that out. I still think there are moves to be made. I still think they can get a Victor Oladipo. I still think they can, by some miracle, maybe somehow get Bradley Beal. But that, it's a long shot. But I still think they can do something to help improve this roster to put us over the hump. So I think we're a star away. I mean, the Lakers are going to be a tough out. Giannis and AD, they ain't no joke, man. They're going to be a tough out. The Clippers will be a tough out. I mean, the East is tough this year. You got KD coming back looking as strong as ever with Kyrie Irving. I think Kyrie Irving's going to botch that whole thing, but we'll see. That's still a tough team to beat. Try to beat KD in a 7-game series, man. It's tough. But I believe in the Bucks, and they can do it. They gotta continue with this momentum here. So anyway, going off of that, let's talk about the Green Bay Packers really quickly. The Green Bay Packers are right now atop the NFC, and that is awesome. The gods looked down on us today, and he said, "Let there be light." And they had the Philadelphia Eagles beating New Orleans Saints, and I felt really good about this game. I didn't pick the Eagles to win or anything like that, but I had a feeling about this game. Jalen Hurts comes in, they get a jolt of energy. New Orleans really doesn't do well with traveling or anything like that. I had a really, really good feeling about this game. The Packers need this game in the worst way. Because here's the thing. So, the Saints' schedule going forward is right now, right when that Philly game started. So right now it's going to be Philly, and they play Kansas City. And the Packers needed the Saints to win 2 games. Because at worst they can do is tie 12-4. Because right now I think I have the Packers winning 2 out of the 3 next games. They play Carolina, Tennessee, Chicago. I think they're going to lose. I think they beat Carolina. I think they're either going to lose the Tennessee game or by some weird fluke accident they lose to the Bears, which can happen. I mean, it's football. Weird things have happened this year. But the best thing that happened was that the Philadelphia Eagles beat them, and they put the Packers ahead of schedule to be the number 1 seed in the NFL. This year is more... The number 1 seed means a lot more this year, guys, because the 2 seed does not get a bye. The Packers could always use a bye, to rest up and everything, and then get back at it and just have every game at home, and that would be great for them. They can't sit there and they can't sit back and sit on the 2 seed and get that week off, So whoever's the 2 seed, they gotta play. They gotta play all those games, man. That's gonna suck. But right now, the Packers are ahead of schedule, right? I don't think nobody had the Saints the Eagles beating the Saints, and that's huge because right now, Saints Sunday 3:25 probably gonna be a primetime game during the afternoon. They're playing against the Kansas City Chiefs. And listen, I've heard reports Drew Brees might play this week. I don't know. I think even with Drew Brees, the Saints lose that game. Nobody's beating Pat Mahomes this year. Okay? They're going to win the AFC. Pat Mahomes is playing out of his mind. I saw him play a game where he threw 3 interceptions, had a 20-yard sack, and he still won. Granted, albeit against the Miami Dolphins, who are ascending, by the way. I don't see anybody beating the Saints. And the Chiefs, I'm sorry. And this is one of the losses that I had. I had them either with the Saints situation before the Eagles beat the Saints. My thought process was the only 2 losses that they're going to get here, for sure against the Chiefs, and then the next week against the Vikings is a possibility where they can lose that game. And that's where the Packers sneak in and get the 1 seed. So right now, the Packers just got to, just hit for par. Beat Carolina like they're supposed to. Carolina's, whatever. But you can't underestimate teams in the NFL. The defense will definitely keep teams in the game because the defense has been not very impressive this year. Playing better the past couple of weeks. Still an issue with stopping the run and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, they're getting there. They're not great. They're okay. Right? They're serviceable. But they need to be better. So they do need to beat Carolina this week, which I think they will. I have as a toss-up against Tennessee. They can win that game, but they gotta stop Derrick Henry and all this kind of. I think they can win that game, but that one's a coin flip. They could definitely beat the Bears. So my 2 locks are Carolina, Chicago. The one in the middle. If the Packers end up winning, put it like this: the Packers win the next 2 games, they got the 2 seed because the Saints are going to lose to the Chiefs. Okay? Period. So, they win these next 2 games. They basically lock up the 1 seed. They're hosting. And this is huge because Aaron Rodgers in his career has never, ever, 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 ever hosted an NFC Championship game as a starting quarterback. Which is ludicrous. It's insane. He's never once hosted an NFC Championship game. That's crazy to me. Like, how can somebody, as great as he is, not host one NFC Championship game? And the ones that he lost in, I feel like he could have won if he were to just host that Lambeau. Now the one for sure is 2014. We should have won that game regardless. But I feel good about winning that game pretty convincingly in Lambeau against Seattle that year. The other one is probably Atlanta, playing in Lambeau. We do beat them pretty well in Lambeau. Granted, we did have one of the worst defenses ever in history that year. Literally, we lost that game off of one mistake, off a fumble, because I knew the defense wasn't going to stop anybody. The minute Atlanta got ahead by 7, I said this game is over because that defense can't stop a nosebleed. They just can't do it. So, my thing is, hosting is really, really important. And having the 1 seed and playing all their home games at home. And playing all the games at home. And they can book, and if that happens, they can book their ticket, depending on matchups, to the Super Bowl. Depending on who they play, they can probably book their ticket to the Super Bowl. Because I don't see New Orleans beating Green Bay in Green Bay. I don't see New Orleans beating us in Green Bay. They can. That defense is much improved, and that team's got some experience in the playoffs. They can do it, but I don't see it. Any other NFC teams? I'm not afraid of anybody coming out of the East. Come on, let's Call it like it is. The NFC East is a fucking travesty. So, yeah, man. I mean, this is I can't. I'm so excited. The past couple of days have been great. Somebody go get Jalen Hurts a lifetime supply of cheese from Green Bay. He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. He beat the New Orleans Saints. Not what he was supposed to do. He overachieved and beat the New Orleans Saints. Somebody should get that man a lifetime supply of cheese from Green Bay. Period. So, yeah, I mean, this is an exciting time for sports fans here in Wisconsin. This is awesome. This is great. We should all be celebrating right now. Right now, we have Giannis, one of the best superstars, one of the best players in the NBA as a Buck. We have Aaron Rodgers, who's been consistently one of the best quarterbacks in football, if not the best quarterback in football, still here in Green Bay, and we're competing for a 1 seed. And the Brewers, we have Christian Yelich, who's one of the best baseball players, but they're rebuilding, and we'll see what happens. But it is an exciting time right now, man. This is exciting. This is great. We should all be happy about this. This is amazing. And I'm happy, and I can't wait what the future holds. And it's going to be great. Anyways, guys, that's all I have today, man. I just wanted to talk about the weekend with the Packers and the Bucks. I mean, huge. These are two just exciting. Everything's just exciting about the Milwaukee Bucks and the Green Bay Packers right now, just sports in Wisconsin in general. And that's all I got for you guys today. Anyways, guys, Chewy891 now. Please like or unlike the podcast. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what your thoughts are on the Packers, Bucks, or anything in sports in general. If you want to talk about anything else, please, comment. I'll comment back. I love dialogue. I mean, it'd be great. This is my first episode here doing my podcast for sports. We'll be putting these on YouTube going forward. And I don't know. Let's see what happens, right? Should be exciting. Anyways, guys, yeah, like I said, unlike the video, subscribe to my channel. Do follow me. My Twitter will be in the description link in there as well. Along with my Twitch, that'll be there. I do stream every now and then. I don't stream consistently, which I should, but I don't. I have other things to do. And that's it for me, guys. Anyways, guys, take care. Have a great one. Have a great day. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Wear a mask if you want to wear a mask. If you don't, hey, it is what it is. Just everybody be respectful to each other, man, and let's get through these times, which we're almost done, man. We're almost through this year, and anyways, just be safe out there. All right, guys, take care. Have a great one. Bye.